Hey, gorgeouses. Hope everyone's great this morning. It is Saturday morning and it is gorgeous outside, and which makes for a great day to do a video blog. Oh my god. Okay, guys, time to recap. Now, my last video blog, I know, I try and stay upbeat and positive all the time, but I actually feel it's very important for you guys to see me in my downtime. Now, let's explain that video blog. I just got done with my doctor's appointment, and that was on a Wednesday. And that's actually when I posted. I posted it that night. I was really emotional because at my doctor's appointment, I found out that I had HPV. Now, before we go on, about 80% of the sexually active population have this virus. And in most cases, it's benign, it's not a problem because why? Everyone has an immune system, a good immune system, hopefully, that keeps the virus in check and just goes on. You know, it can't be cured, there's vaccines out there for it and everything, but there's a couple problems with it. When it does become a problem, i.e., if you're immune compromised, that includes me, right? Yeah. HPV can be problematic, but it's very rare that it ever causes any problems. The reason being is because there's over 100 different kinds of HPV. 30 of those HPVs actually cause problem in the genital area. Out of those 30, those are categorized into two different categories. You have your low risk and you have your high risk. And now, of course, your low risk can cause genital warts, but in most cases it doesn't cause any problems, especially if you have a nice, good immune system, keeps everything in check and whatnot. But what you really want to pay attention for is the high risk category. Those are the ones that you should be concerned with because those are the ones where if left untreated, you start out with little warts, but then it actually can elevate up into cancer, causing some abnormal cellular changes and just not some good juju. And that's why HPV shouldn't be taken lightly, but definitely just if you get it, don't freak out about it. But just from my own research, definitely you want to make sure to get it checked out and make sure you're taking care of yourself. Now, the thing that gets me is, out of all of that, HPV does not scare me. Not at all. The problem is my doctor. Now, I'm not going to name anything, I'm not going to give out any names, but it's just I am not happy with my doctor. I'm actually in the process of looking for a new doctor. And that's what really bothers you. When you go to the doctor, you expect to have questions, of course, you're going to get there, and you're going to hopefully get some answers. And I would rather have a doctor be perfectly honest with me, which my doctor has, in saying, oh, I don't know what that is if they don't know a question, but let me go find out for you. That's great. I love honesty. Honesty is the best thing in the world. But the problem I have is when that turns into more of a routine thing, let me go consult with my colleague. Excuse me, translation? I don't fucking know. Let me go find out for you. Okay. Now, what really bothered me when I found out that I had HPV, my doctor told me, don't worry about it. I don't want you to lose sleep over this. You know what? Don't worry about it. Come back in 6 months and we'll take a look at it and hopefully, keep your fingers crossed. Hopefully nothing's going to happen. Oh my God. Hopefully you won't have big masses inside your colon and hopefully they aren't cancerous. Okay? And me sitting back going, first off, you just told me I had HPV and now you're telling me not to worry about it? Okay, what signs am I looking for, blah, blah, blah. First off, I'm in shock. I don't really know how to react because it's just like you just diagnosed me with something. I don't know. And then the question is, oh, and then I was just like, how did this happen? Does it just pop up? It happens. It happens. Oh, have you been sexually active? Not recently, but I've had 2 partners, a while ago. Oh, well, things happen. You touch places. Things happen. Oh, yeah, you're right. Life happens. So I asked her, I was like, so what are my risks for colon cancer? Well, don't want you to lose any sleep again. She tells me that. And then she goes, your chances are increased. It's like 1 in a gazillion. Is gazillion even a number? To 1 in a million. Now, if you ask me, 1 in a gazillion, first off, what the fuck kind of number is that? It sounds like infinity to me, okay? As a little kid, I want a gazillion, bazillion, quadrillion dollars. What the fuck kind of number is that? To an actual logical number, 1 in a million. Now, a million, you're trying to convince me that that's still a big number? I don't think so. You give me $1 million, I'll be done with that in 1 day, okay? A million ain't shit, okay? Me being the research whiz that I am, every website that I've visited and every research source that I've looked at and the number gazillion leads me to this answer. So there ain't no gazillion. It's right up there with zillion, bajillion, and uno count a billion. A made up term. That's great. So now I have a doctor that's making up things to me. Perfect. And end plastic. So yeah, needless to say, I'm looking for a new doctor. It's a shame too because I'm actually getting ready to start medication, so it's a little stressful, but I'm got it all under control. I know exactly what's going on. Which leads me to my next topic. I want to answer a question from a good friend of mine. His name's Ken. I love you, bitch. He left a very, very good question on my channel under my comments. Here's the question. Part 3, he begins. Anyways, so I have a question that maybe some of your viewers might be wondering too. So you mentioned that you're looking at different kinds of meds, and I was wondering what side effects some of those meds can cause. I know that everyone reacts differently to them because no one is wired the same way, but I can imagine that that has to factor in which medications you decide to take. And what do HIV meds do that make you better? How exactly do they work? Oh, that's a very, very good question. And that's something that I asked my doctor at my last doctor's appointment, which makes me actually really confident in knowing that I'm going to choose the best medication regimen for me. Now, the main thing that you want to think about when you're about ready to start an HIV medication regimen is you want to think, what kind of lifestyle do you live? Are you a morning person? Are you an evening person? Those factor into, because certain medications need to be taken at a certain time of day. As in, when you start taking medications, you want to make sure you're in a routine. You don't want to start forgetting your medications. Yeah, this virus, like I've said before, is a pesky little smart bitch. Okay, it will outsmart you. You definitely don't want to miss doses. You want to keep on top of that. So, are you better at remembering? Are you more in a routine in the morning, or are you more in the routine at night? For me, I'm probably more routine in the morning because that's when I wake up, I go to work and everything. It's a routine for me. Sometimes, like, I'll be able to, as far as keep track of when I take my medications. So I'm looking towards the morning. Over the evening, because in the evening, I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I'm going out that night. Maybe I'm going to turn in early or something like that. It's just not set in stone. So I'm probably going to be taking my meds in the morning. And now another thing that factors in, it doesn't bother me, is pill count. Does that problematic for you? Some people, I watch them try and down like a Motrin, a single Motrin pill. I'm like, are you deep throating over there? Do you need some problem? Just swallow it. Okay, I'm not one to say that, trust me, but just swallow, okay? I don't have a problem with pill count, but some people do. Now, don't stress yourself about, do some HIV medications work better than the other in the sense that it helps you. The main thing to remember here is that HIV regimens, all the medications, they're multi-drug regimens, first off. Secondly, they all aim at lowering your viral load. They all aim at keeping the virus at bay and keep it from replicating. I know I was stressing out because I was like, oh my gosh, is this drug going to help me better than this one because it's a better antiretroviral? No, they're all the same in the sense that they lower your viral load. There's different regimens. There's different studies going on with different drug combinations and stuff like that. Those are all studies right now just because they're trying to lower the side effects is their main thing. Not just HIV medications, but all medications, drugs, okay, all type of drugs, prescription or not, all can cause side effects. Some people take them for the side effects. Side effects can include anything from sane to crazy, meaning you can have nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach upset, stomach ulcerations. You can get onto the crazy side too. It can cause mood swings, it can cause hallucinations, it can cause restlessness, it can cause drowsiness, dizziness. These are all factors and all unwanted side effects that, well, sometimes unwanted side effects that can happen, not with just HIV medications, but medications in general. So my biggest thing is educate yourself on what you're taking and know what you're taking it for and look at the risks and the pros to taking it. So I hope I answered a good question today. I will try and elaborate more on it if you guys have more questions. Of course, shoot me an email, shoot me a comment, shoot me a Twitter. I'm here for you guys. I hope everyone's having a great, beautiful day. You can probably see the sun's like shining behind me. I'm like an angel or something. Like, wait. Whatever. I tried. So until next time, be safe, stay fabulous. Kisses. Bye.